Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a brawler which I believe was heavily overbuffed with the last set of balance changes. So before we jump into the video, make sure you're using the creator code. That'd be greatly appreciated. And without further ado, let's hop right into it. Alright guys, so jumping into the brawler which I believe was overbuffed with the last set of balance changes, it has to be Carl. So Carl, you know, he's gone from one of the worst brawlers inside of the game to pretty much the best brawler inside of the game. And you're probably thinking straight away, well, like, you was asking for this buff. How are you asking for him to get nerfed already? You know, not necessarily I'm asking for him to get nerfed. I just want him to be somewhat balanced, right? So the thing about Carl is that he's either one of the best brawlers or one of the worst. So if you're wondering, like, how did he just literally catapult himself from the worst to the best? With Carl, it's always been with his pickaxe speed. So they can always buff him in multiple ways. But the second they actually buff or nerf his pickaxe speed, his projectile speed, whatever you want to call it, it will literally, like, turn him from worst to best, best to worst, etc. So that is the main reason why he's one of the best, because recently his pickaxe speed did go from, I believe, 2,700 to 3,000, which you guys are probably wondering, like, that's just a bunch of numbers. But when you just compare it in game straight away, as soon as I logged on since the update, you can really feel how fast it is, especially with power throw. I believe it's 3,300 power throw, so it's pretty insane. And then you've got to combine this with buffs he got previously. So the first one was in December, right? So the December one was a super damage increase, so it went from 630 to 750. And then of course, if you actually add this to the damage gear that whenever it selects, which most of the time when you're super recall, you're probably going to be below that 50% just because people are going to be obviously attacking you. The damage gear is absolutely insane. So I worked this out in a training cave. Obviously not going to get a full like damage onto someone, like that's going to be insane. But if you're on like a high safe or something stationary, you could definitely get this damage off. And even like brawlers like Frank, it's pretty easy to get a full super off on Frank. So I worked it out. So one super with the damage gear is literally 10,344 damage, which is just crazy. A full super, which I believe lasts like 3 seconds, is just insane. That damage is just crazy. Definitely can't ignore it. One of the best supers inside of the game when you can connect onto someone that hasn't got like a stun or cancellation. Of course, you probably got to face a lot of brawlers that have that feature, but if you can latch yourself onto a brawler that doesn't have it, it's pretty much GG. You just shred them so quickly. Even like brawlers like Mortis here who are frozen, I just completely deleted him. And without the damage gear, it's 9,000. So still without it, it's still a lot, but that damage gear is really going to help him out. And so you can just easily see how strong he is. So hopefully we can hold out for this win and move on to the next game. Don't really want to talk about any more points in case we do mess this one up. So Leon, he's going to go for the invis play. Somehow he nearly manages to sneak that one in, but we're able to defend it. So that's going to be the first game right there. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys, jumping into the next game then. So there are going to be a couple more talking points to do with Carl. There's always a lot of controversy with Carl because people really try and balance him out, but it seems they don't really, well, the devs don't really seem like they want to kind of balance him out the right way. So for me, I would always just keep his projectile speed the way it is, right? I think this should just stay the way it is, because if you nerf it, it's going to make him really bad. He should always have like a fast projectile speed, because Carl is super fun. His metas are really balanced. Like, this has to be one of the most balanced metas, I think, in a long time. You know, there are strong brawlers like Janet, like Bonnie, Carl, but all of them can be countered. And not everyone in the community is agreeing that these brawlers are broken, right? But when Eve was meta and other past brawlers like Surge, when he got buffed as well, everyone was agreeing that these brawlers are absolutely insane. So I don't think I can actually defend this one, fortunately. Okay, and somehow I'm able to cycle more super and defend that, which is pretty insane. Another talking point about Carl then. So for me, a big issue has to be his gadget, right? So he's got a completely useless gadget, and then he's got one of the best gadgets inside of a game. So how do you actually balance power throw, right? Because in the right hands, it could be absolutely lethal. So I worked it out as well. When you catapult yourself onto an enemy and then just shoot when you have the damage gear activated, you can actually deal like 3,200 damage. So let's say you gadget onto someone directly on top, and then you hit them with a pickaxe, it returns. That's 3,200 damage. So you can pretty much kill people instantly with Carl, which is pretty insane, especially those snipers which don't have any like cancellation. That's why a lot of the time you see people just go insanely aggro with Carl, because you can get so much damage as well. So Looks like we should be able to hold on to this. Morty's probably just going to bat me and take me down, which is pretty evident there. So also talk about the damage gear with his main attack, right? So just without it, it deals 990 damage per pickaxe, but when that returns, it deals 1980. If you actually add the damage gear onto this, which is one of the best, well, probably the best gear for him, right? Because he has a high HP, so you're going to get a lot of value out of the damage gear. When you actually combine this with the damage gear, it's so much damage. It's 1138 per pickaxe, but when it returns, 2276 damage, which is just absolutely bizarre, right? You even see Carl being used on Shooting Star literally all of the time. You guys probably think that Carl isn't the best on Shooting Star, but trust me, he is so strong. You know, he has insane range. He has so much high HP. He can easily catapult onto multiple brawlers, which are pretty squishy on Shooting Star, and take them down. So that's going to be another game right there. Let's hop into another. All right, guys, jumping into the final game here. So Carl talking about the ways to actually balance him out and make him somewhat of a brawler that isn't OP or really bad. So I did speak about this briefly with Power Throw, but Power Throw, I believe, definitely needs either a nerf or it needs a rivaling gadget. Like, it needs another gadget where you have to like pick between whether you want one like being an assassin with his Power Throw, or I don't know, there's just so many different ways you could actually get another gadget for Carl. I'm just really want another gadget that's usable, right? I'll say it time and time again, but his other gadget's so frustrating because it is really, really bad. So we're just going to super on it in here. We've got BB and Surge, which can both cancel or super, but we do distract them a little bit and get a bit of pressure. That's the thing I love about Carl as well. He can be so aggressive, get so much value at being aggressive, and you can't, your teammates can't really say otherwise because the amount of pressure you apply, it's so OP. So the way I'd actually balance Carl outright, so the main way that Carl becomes good is pickaxe speed. So I'd actually leave that alone because of course I don't want Carl being really bad. For me, I'd actually nerf his HP because his HP is one of the main reasons why he can just be this insane assassin. So that's going to be another game right there. Let's hop into the final one. Okay, so jumping into the final game. So I know I said that one was the final one, but this one definitely is. So as I was saying about Carl with his nerf, I think they should nerf his HP because 6600 HP is a lot of HP for a sniper assassin. You know, he fulfills so many different roles within your composition and around the map. It's too much value, right? So giving him less HP going to be a little bit easier to take him down, especially when he supers in. So definitely a good way to nerf him. Keep his projectile speed, keep his range, and just go with that. So see if the HP nerf does anything, because as you guys know, Carl meta isn't really that toxic. He has his obvious counters, so Carl being one of the best brawlers in the game shouldn't really be a problem. So it'd be nice to see Carl just eventually kind of get nerfed, not just completely killed, because then you get to finally see whether he can become a balanced brawler. So I should be able to get the super onto Jesse here. We might be able to get some collateral damage. I love doing that a lot of the times. Another quick tip with Carl is to always shoot before you super. I don't think I actually did it there, but a lot of times you just want to shoot and then super straight away, because then you're getting that additional damage. So we're going to use a gadget just to go up even more. Griff is probably going to shred us, but luckily we're able to kill him thanks to our protective pirouette. We're going to just slice Spike in half, and that's a big reason why I actually put Spike quite low on the tier list before, is because Carl just absolutely butchers him, destroys Spike, and especially counters his gadget as well. So incredibly strong. So we're going to gadget onto the Jesse here. We're going to get a little bit low HP, but because of our aggressiveness, we've taken down one of the main threats, and BB is able to score. So let me know down in the comment section below whether you agree with me with most of these things, because this can be quite controversial, especially when we're talking about Carl. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.